Take a breath. Take another breath. Remember, this is your journey.
Yeah, it
So you're just
is.
showcasing to everybody your journey. So, Shax, this afternoon we are here to just talk about your journey,
Yeah.
your musical journey, from start to finish, how it all started, from the early age to now. So you tell me, what was that like for you?
The journey started when you and I used to drive any car when I was small. So we used to drop into primary school, and we would play a very wide variety of music. And it was just at mother-son time. I mean, it used to happen with my father as well. When I was a teenager, I started writing poems, and I think you told me that I got that from you.
Yes, I
Why?
told you that you're creative,
Mm.
and that is something that nobody could take from you because it's a God-given gift.
Mm-hmm.
We have the ability to write, and that is something that you're born with. There's no ifs, ands, or maybes about that. So this is why I always tell you, you have to thank God for your gifts because not everybody has that ability to write, and that is something that nobody could take from you. So this is why I always tell you, maintain that. Don't let anybody sway you from your journey. Because if this is the path that you want, and I know I've said it on numerous occasions, then you have to wear your blinkers and continue on that path. I know that path has not been easy. It has not been an easy journey. I know you've forged some relationships along the way that went south, but
Some?
you can talk about that as well.
Well, as you correctly said, it has not been easy at all. From starting to write music, not only for myself, but then starting to write for others, and then quickly realizing how people are not honest at all. I wish I learned the lessons quicker, but at the same time, I'm glad everything happened the way it did, you know.
So writing for people, what was the recognition like, if any at all?
Recognition. There's recognition?
Yeah.
No.
So what has that taught you?
Um, at that time, yeah, stop writing for people. Yeah, because people, nah, the nah.
Fair enough.
I wasn't really thinking about, oh, well, no, I need credit for this, or I wasn't studying any of that, because I was just so in love with the music. But people will be people. Not everybody's not the same. But still, as you correctly said, you have to have on your blinkers, because they're not nice out there at all.
So now that you've written some songs, you've been to the studio. Tell us about that experience. I know you've been to a number of studios, and it
Multiple.
has been like a roller coaster in some instances. So you can elaborate on those experiences.
Fruitful, innovative, and very, very, very educating experience. Because, again, it all goes back to the love of the music for me. And I have been extremely inconsistent because of, again, those relationships I thought would have helped me, but they turned out to hurt me in some form or fashion. But the good thing is, I could never give up music. I can't. I can't. Consistency is the key to everything, and I just need to be consistent.
But then do you think that you get into your own way?
Of course.
And how do you plan to remedy that?
being grateful of the people that are around me. I think they can help me get out of my own way rather than take them for granted like I did for so many years. Yeah.
So tell us about the music that you've written so far, the type of songs that you've written, and what was your inspiration behind writing those songs?
Everything that I've written from the beginning to now has always been a reflection of whatever I experienced. It's my own experiences I write because I don't make music for people. I tried that and it didn't work. I make music for me. If people like it, they like it. If they don't,
So tell me about Malik Main, the brand, and what are your plans as it relates to your brand?
as you say, brand. I, I'd also like to be involved in fashion. So I'd also like to become a fashion designer. So this is my prototype, my Southern brand. So I have a question for you.
Sure.
How exactly have you maintained discipline in anything that you do? Because in order to stay consistent, you need some form of discipline as well as motivation too.
So, as I would always tell you, I rely on God first and foremost. But if you have a plan, so whether it's a study plan, whether it is putting things together, you need to have a plan. And I would have shared this with you. Write down your goals, make it visible, and then you say goal 1, 2, 3, 4, and the time frame next to it, and how you plan to work towards it. So I was listening to a lecturer recently. He's an army major, and he said, begin each day with making up your bed. So you've accomplished one goal. So you start your day feeling accomplished. You do one thing, you say your prayers, you thank God for another day, and then you tell yourself how you are about to approach the day. Don't let anybody dictate your pace for the day. So again, it's all with the mental. I would always say spiritual,
Yeah.
and then you move forward. Because you would know with studies that I would have done, again, I said to myself, my goal is I would like to achieve X by a certain time, and it was done. Because again, you have your goals, you have certain things that you would like to get done. And I always tell you, put it to the forefront, but you must put a timeline and you must work towards it. When you encounter a stumbling block, what is the first thing you do?
Isolate.
Correct, you shut down. My thing is, you use the stumbling block and you climb over it. Tell me what you plan to do.
So right now, speaking of goals, I'm actually working on a project. The goal for that is ultimately exposure and not just for the musical side of things, but for me, people need to see me, right? Because I think that I have something worth sharing for the world, and in this current journey, it has been very, 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 very interesting. But I thank God for everything thus far, you know. And as I said before, and I'll continue to say it because I think at this point is a motto in my life. I pray, let God step first and I step after.
So we've been here all afternoon.
Yeah, bye.
So let's put things into perspective. So you have to do that for me. Put everything into perspective. It's all well and good to speak about your journey,
Mm-hmm.
but where do you move on from here? What do you plan to do in the very, very near future?
So the reason for all of this is because I'm working on a project right now. It's actually an EP entitled Growing Pains. Having a conversation about consistency, it ties in so well with growing pains because it has been a journey.
So this should be exciting for people who are willing to listen.
It should be. I thank you for not just coming here today, but being there for me all the time, even when I was too blind to see it. Thank you very much. You, Soul, although he's not here, still, Soul, thanks. And thank God,
Because he definitely has you here for a purpose.
of course.
And
I feel more excited to find out that purpose, explore more about what that purpose is.
so we could do your gracious handshake now.
If you insist.
Not insistent. So we'll do your
Nah, we gotta start over.
there's not a bounce.
Okay, now we gotta start over again for real.
Shaquille, just come quick.